Okay, first video, workout video. How's it going, guys? Hope you guys' day has been going pretty well. Mine's been doing swell. We just had a killer breakfast, even though it's like, if you look at the time, like 7:12 in the night. I woke up a little late, but today we are going to be working chest and tries. So, it's a Sunday today, and we normally don't work out on Sundays, but with how my rest days have been and how the work week has been last week, which I've been working a hell of a lot because of Second Prime, the Amazon, because I work at Amazon. We're going to start our workout early this week on a Sunday, and so that's how it's going to start. So today we'll be doing chest and tries. And tomorrow we're going to do legs and shoulders, and the day after is buys and back. And that's how my training split is like. It used to be different like 2 weeks ago, and then here we are now because, I'm trying to minimize fatiguing in the gym and, muscle hypertrophy, all that kind of jazz, whatever you want to call it. So, but when we go to the gym, here's the plan, all right? And this is pretty much every chest and tries. I'm a guy that usually does the same thing over and over, progressive overload and all that kind of stuff. And that's what I find best for me. Because, everyone has their own thing that works best for them. This is what works best for me. And when we go to the gym, I'm going to start off with a 5-minute walk on the treadmill just to get the body warmed up, the blood going. Then afterwards, because we're doing some chest, I like to train a little heavier on chest because I want to have a stronger bench press. Ever since I benched 225, like long ago, July 31st this year, I was really pumped about that. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to try and commit to be on the road to 315. So that's why we're kind of training a little heavier, but still with a decent amount of weight to do our reps and sets. And then, so after our 5-minute walk, we do warm-up exercises for the shoulders so that, our shoulders aren't as poppy when we're doing chest and not as, rusty. So what I usually do is I have a light dumbbell. I go like this, and I just turn my shoulder like this to get the rotator cuffs going. That way, like I said, they're not as poppy when we do chest workouts. Then after a couple of those, we head straight to the incline bench press, which I'll admit I only really ever do incline bench press. I do flat. I said do. But that's only when I'm like PRing or when I'm doing like a powerlifting set, like 5 sets of 4 or 5, however you want to do. But yeah, I only really do incline because I'm a firm believer in having a full chest. A lot of people lack upper chest because, they focus on other exercises that train the middle and the lower. But a lot of people sleep on the upper one. And I'm a firm believer in training the upper chest because it really helps with increasing your bench press and having a good looking chest. Like if you want to go out on the streets and look puffy and all that kind of stuff, you want an upper chest like as if there's no tomorrow. So anyway, so I'm a firm believer in working the upper chest, so we do incline. Then after incline, we do the tricep rope push downs, where we kind of lean a little forward, and then we just push down with the rope, all right? I like using the rope instead of the easy bar, because I get a better contraction and a better tension feel on the tricep. So after that, we do those. Then after that, we switch to chest again, and we do dumbbell cable flies. And I do my best to kind of keep, I have struggled doing this because it is hard to get the form down. I know there's like 3 ways of doing it to work each of the chest, but I just kind of do the best I can to feel the mind-muscle connection with my middle chest. So we just go forward, keeping our elbows locked in place and only moving our arms and getting that squeeze, all right? Touching the fingers together. Fingers. So, but yes. And then after that, we go back to triceps and we go find ourselves a bench. we do the skull crushers with easy bar or regular bar if it's available. All right, we kind of bend our arms a little back, then get that deep stretch, kind of move the tricep back whenever we go like that. Then after that, we do chest press on the machine to, get a more variety of exercises and stuff like that. So that's really the workout. And then afterwards, depending how I feel, I'll maybe go back to do incline or maybe one more tricep. But then afterwards, I think we're going to work a little bit on abs because I think I already said that, every other day, all right, we work on calves a little bit. Then every other day that's not calves, we work on abs a little bit because, I don't have like a designated calf or ab day. So I just try and throw them in with the workout that we have going on. So anyway, that's what we're going to be doing. Now, real quickly, because the first video just stating other things, I don't think I'm necessarily too keen on filming myself working out in the gym because it's a public gym. I work on Planet Fitness. I respect others, privacy and their own business and stuff like that. I mean, if I could, I would, but we're in the 2020s. Everyone's gonna make a big deal about everything. So, but yes, we're gonna talk about our workout afterwards on the ride home. So we're about to leave to go to the gym right now, and then after we're done, I will state how good the workout was. So stay tuned, and I'll see you guys later. Adios. In like 3, 2, 1. All right. Hopefully that stays there. All right. Let me lower myself a little bit so you can see me a little better. All right. Hello. Welcome back. So, chest and tries today. How'd it go, you may ask? Very good. We had a very good chest and tries today. I'm not actually driving from the gym or away from the gym back home. I actually already went to the gym like 6 hours ago. I already showered, drank my post-workout shake, and now we're just running a couple errands. But yes, we had a very good chest and tries today. I don't know if I said this in the last video, but with how I'm going to do these videos, I'm going to mainly record myself after each workout, talking about each workout and also other various things. And how we talk about each workout is we have a scale, a rating scale on how the workout went. And so we have 5 categories, 5 dose categories. So we have very bad, decent, good, and very good. Today's workout was very good. There's no perfect in this workout because, you can never really have a perfect workout because there's always something you can do better. There's always a little something that'll be like an itch on the shoulder. But, sorry for the camera angle, like my thing just wants to keep going down. But anyway, yeah, today's workout was very good. When we were doing incline chest press, bench press, excuse me, it was a little rough at first because usually I have issues with incline bench pressing because of my shoulders and stuff like that. But today we tried a little something new and it worked perfectly fine where I was able to get a good stretch on the upper pec. So instead of pointing, so you have the bar, right? You tuck in your elbows a little bit and you go down, right? Instead of having my elbows pointing exactly down to the floor like that, I had them pointing outwards just a little bit, and that really helped me feel the stretch and keep the tension on the upper chest as well as the whole pec in general. Triceps were excellent. We got a good burn, a good stretch, and good contractions and all that kind of stuff. And the gym, just in general, very good. So that's how we're going to be doing our workouts, pretty much just talking about stuff. We only did 2 tricep workouts. We did the rope pull downs and the easy bar skull crushers. We did the rope pull downs the second time. For chest, we only did 3 workouts. We did the incline, because that's usually what I start out first, incline chest press. Then we did cable flies, which went extremely well. And then a chest press machine with the plates, the barred plates, not like the, the round plates. I'm talking about, where you have to stack the little pin. So everything went really smoothly. Everything went good. So yes, 2 big thumbs up. Good workout. Good workout we had. So, all right. But anyway, I also want to talk about, I guess, to get to know me a little better. As you already saw from the title, I'm also going to be talking about my dreams. Because, everyone has their own dream. Everyone has their own goals, that they want to accomplish in life. I do have just a couple. But I will admit, my main goal is not really anything, well, it's not fitness related. I guess to share my main goal in life is, for context, I am a huge fan of superhero stuff, like fantasy stuff, mainly superheroes. And I love storytelling and stuff like that. I'm kind of like it's safe to say that I'm a pretty good critic. I try and focus on plot, character, conflict, game setting, like that one song, and they just see how the story goes. But mainly love stuff with superhero stuff. And since middle school, I have been writing my own superhero comics with my own superhero characters, with their own superhero league, saving the world and beyond, yada yada yada. And my biggest dream is that hopefully someday I am able to turn my comics into movies and create like my little cinematic universe, like what Marvel did in DC. But it's I usually say that this dream's impossible because, with how the movie industry is, it sucks. But if I ever become a director and start getting my movies out there, I know I'm gonna get screwed over by like Warner Bros. Or any other else movie company, because like I said, they all suck butt sometimes. And like with money, dealing with being a director and stuff like that, it's hard. So, but I mean, I'm still gonna keep writing my comics. Still to this day, I do that. Yeah, I know I'm a little bit of a geek or a nerd or a dork, but it's what I really love to do. It's my biggest passion. But anyway, going to the fitness-wise, which you guys probably want to hear, and that's what the channel content mainly revolves around. My number one biggest fitness dream, goal / thingy, whatever you call it, it's gonna sound a little cliche, but my goal is to someday hopefully bench 315. Yes, you heard it right. Because if I'm able to bench 315, I can just die in peace. Like I could lay down and close my eyes and just die, knowing that I'm able to bench 315, because that's really good weight. Because ever since I benched 225 back in July this year, the 31st, I believe. You have to look at the video of when I first benched 225. I was more relieved than I was feeling accomplished, because 225 is a very, very common goal, and everyone can do it. And so if you can do it naturally, you're pretty damn strong. So give yourself a pat on the back. That's a really impressive weight to bench and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I felt more relieved, and I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna a little bit commit on the 315 road, as you may call it. So to those watching my videos now, around this time when I'm first starting out with all these videos, you are a veteran, because you're going to be a veteran because you've been with me throughout this whole journey, and hopefully I won't disappoint. Hopefully someday I can bench 315. I know I can do it. It's going to take a lot of commitment, of course, and a lot of discipline. Got to train right, eat right, and sleep well, and all that kind of such. So, but yeah, that's my biggest goal. Now, another goal that I want to share is, now this is kind of like a life goal. And it's not for the reason that you may think. I'm not trying to sound boastful or greedy, none of that. But I really want to be successful, as in being rich, have a lot of money, due to the fact that I want to be able to secure, my life with great wealth and a lot more freedom as well as my family. I want to be able to ensure that my mom and dad, my brothers and their families, I love them to death. I'll literally die for them, you know? I want to be able to ensure that all of them as well live, you know, pretty wealthy lives. They're able to accomplish a lot. They're able to live a lot more stress-free and have, you know, great, you know, success with their own things. And just want to make sure that, you know, my family has great wealth and great success and just a lot more stress-free, if you know what I mean. And even with like me and my family, like hopefully someday when I meet the girl of my dreams and bear children with her, I hope someday. It's a little hard right now, but, you know, still waiting, you know. But someday when I have a family, I can be able to ensure, you know, my children's wealth, that they're growing up with, you know, a good home with good things and all that kind of stuff. But most importantly, I will not spoil them. Oh, no, no, no. Like, they'll have, like, the future, PlayStation 8 or, like, a computer from NASA, a PC, and they'll have, like, maybe a 75-inch TV in their room. But if they really want to, you know, buy a game that they really want to play, I'm going to make them work for it. Because I'm not just going to be like, oh, here, you can have this because I have $1 million saved. No. I want them to know what it's like. I want them to know about, like, real life. This is real life. So you have to work for things, and even though I can easily afford you all this kind of shit, you need to, you know, work for stuff, because that's how life is. Same with my daughters and stuff like that. If I have sons and daughters, I'll treat them all the same. Like, you gotta work and all that kind of such. Because I will be honest, there's a thing where a lot of people will treat their daughters more gentle and stuff than their sons. But me, no. I'm treating my daughters and sons the exact same, because, you know, when you're in this world, you know, you have to go through all these things and all that kind of stuff. You have called life. And, you know, I want them to experience, you know, that hard work brings, you know, great tidings and stuff like that. But anyway, going to the main goal and stuff like that, because there is another big goal that is also fitness related. And my other goal is to be able to have my own home gym with, like, a lot of equipment, look like a small commercial gym, because I absolutely love home gyms. I love watching videos of people touring through, like, showing, you know, the audience their home gyms. I've seen, like, Eddie Hall, Sam Solik, and even Queso, and they were, like, showing, you know, the audience in their videos their home gyms, and all of that looks so nice. It looks so clean. It looks amazing. It looks fantastic. It's like, you know, going through a museum. You know, you're looking at all these awesome things that, you know, built them to be where they were, who they are, and stuff like that. Not where, scratch that. Like, who they are. And it just looks so nice. It just feels so, just really sends me shivers down my spine. So hopefully someday I'm able to buy a whole bunch of equipment, and I will probably have, like, 2 machines, like the same machines. Like, I'll have 2 Smith machines, 2 squat racks, 2 bicep preacher curl stations, only because I, like, you know, like, also want to invite friends and family to work out as well in that gym, and, you know, that way we can work together easily without having to change the weights on the same machine. But, yeah, I just love home gyms and stuff like that. But with what I'm about to say here, I know it's going to sound really confusing, but if I end up being able to afford my own home gym and getting all that, like, I want, like, because when I get my own home gym, I'm going to have wooden tile floors. I'm going to have, like, polish them and stuff like that. White walls. I have posters on them from, like, anime or, like, some shows and stuff like that. Because I have, you know, I'm a big fan of Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball Super is where it's at for me. I know everyone's like, oh, Dragon Ball Super, they dumb Goku. Yeah, but, like, throughout high school, like, I love the action. Anyway, not to get off topic too much, I'm I'm gonna have, like white walls and with posters on them, and I'm gonna have like ceiling fans with dark oak wood. I'm gonna hopefully be able to set up speakers so I can listen to music and stuff like that, and have at least a wall where it's just a glass wall looking through outside. Oh, it sounds so nice. But anyway, when I get my own home gym, all right, hopefully I'm able to buy my own little like place, my own little hut, or whatever you call it. Excuse me, they're doing construction on this road, and hopefully I'm able to get my home gym that's 10 to 15 minutes away from where I live. And I know you guys are like, well, but why would you want to do that? That defeats the whole purpose of a home gym. I mean, your home gym is right there and stuff when you want to work out. Yeah, but in the past, I kind of had a problem of not being at my best performance with home gyms, and here's the reason why. Nowadays, if I had my own home gym, like if I had my home gym now in my basement where I can go like 3 seconds to get there, like I would work out a lot. But the reason why I prefer it to be like 10, 15 minutes away is due to the fact that like it's happened before where it would be like 3 o'clock, for example, time to work out. And then I'll be like, oh man, I'm still doing stuff. It's 3 o'clock. It's when I'm supposed to work out. I'll postpone it like 10 minutes later. So at 3:10 I work out because my home gym is just right down in my basement. I can be in 3 seconds. No biggie. And then 3:10 comes around, and then I'll be like, oh, I'm still doing stuff. And it looks like I gotta do it at 3:20 because, like I said, my home gym is just right there, and I can still just go there and start my workout just like that. And then the same thing will happen 3:30, and I mean, I eventually will work out, but it's just like, man, it's, like hard. It was hard for me to just finally get to the home gym because just knowing that it's right there kind of puts my mentality in where it's like, I'm a lot more lazy and stuff like that. Like I said, that was before. Nowadays, I most likely will go down on time, maybe 5 minutes late, and work out. But if I have my gym far away, or not far away, like 10 to 15 minutes away, I'll be able to have a time where it's like, okay, I gotta get out of the house around this time. And since I'm already driving there and making the effort, putting in the work to go over there, I have to make the best out of that workout because I'm already driving my way over there. So if that makes sense. But if not, like I said, I'm okay with having my own home gym. But yeah, that would be so cool if I had my own gym. That would be so freaking cool. And like I said, I invite all my friends, and I even have a spot where my mom could work out because my mom is really trying to lose weight. She's been exercising a lot more recently, and I'll have her own favorite gym equipment, and like what I said with the speakers and stuff like that, she can listen to all the Taylor Swift that she wants. Because right now, my mom is kind of going through a obnoxious Taylor Swift phase. But, I mean, she listens to her songs every time she works out. It helps her work out. And, hey, if it helps her, get into better shape and work out, nothing wrong with that, Just a little obnoxious hearing Taylor Swift all the time. But if it helps, it helps. But yeah, those are my biggest dreams and stuff like that. Hopefully someday they will come to pass. But we're still going to keep on grinding. We're still going to keep on working, doing the best we can to live, happy and joyful and all that kind of such. So, yeah. Anyway, I don't want to keep you guys here for too long because, I'm now driving into my hometown after, all these errands that I just did. So thank you guys so much for watching. This is how each video is probably going to be like. I'll try and add in more action. I won't necessarily record myself. I don't think I will record myself anytime soon or for a while, actually doing exercises because number one, main reason why is I go to a Planet Fitness, and it's not just Planet Fitness, it's a public gym. And, recording in the 2020s in a public gym, is a very dangerous idea. So, and I respect other people's privacy and their own, personal things that they're working out on and stuff like that. So, I'm not going to do that. And secondly, even if I am capable of recording, you know, my workouts, it's going to get boring because, you know, I do the same workouts every week for chest and tries, biceps and back, and legs and shoulders, abs, and a little bit of calves. You know, I always do the exact same exercises because that's what, you know, that's how I work best. So it's just like every try and chest workout video, it's going to be like, oh, he has another chest and try video. And it's the same workout. So, I mean, progressive overload at its finest. But, yeah, I'm just mainly wanting to talk to you guys and all that kind of stuff. And like, just share things like how my workout was and talk about like topics that are fitness and maybe non-related fitness stuff. So yeah, but anyway, I'm gonna end this video right here. So thank you guys so much for watching, and also real quickly, I'm sorry if I stutter a little bit and if I word things incorrectly. You know, I'm still in the process of trying to, you know, this is new, this whole thing, me trying to, you know, record videos and post them. This is new. I spit like, whoo, yeah, that was a freaking sprinkler fountain just now. But anyway, this is all new, so please bear with me. And so I love you guys. Hopefully you guys keep on the grind, keep going. There's always more ahead. There's always going to be more. So just don't stop. And yeah, so anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe to help a gym brother out. And I will see you all in the next video. So you guys have a good one. Remember, keep grinding. There's always going to be more ahead. Adios.